Hi guys, Ben here and welcome to Motivation to Invest. Biotechnology is a fascinating area with probably the most talked about part being that of genetic engineering or genetic modification. This involves the sequencing and editing of DNA in order to prevent numerous genetic disorders and even mutations such as cancer. There is nothing more powerful in the world than being able to cure diseases. From curing a baby who's been born blind to curing somebody who has cancer. Some studies have even suggested that this could give birth to a new breed of superhumans, which could effectively live forever, apart from accidents, of course. Now, the ethical debate is still ongoing, but the prospect of eternal life is appealing for many. Various companies are involved in this fascinating field, which aims to bring genetic engineering into mainstream medicine. Like many previous disruptive technologies, these companies have the potential to offer great rewards to investors, such as you guys. An investment firm which has disruptive innovation at its heart is that of ARK Invest, run by the great Cathie Wood. She has shocked the world with her disruptive innovation ETF, which has not just outperformed the market, it has smashed the S&P 500 and even outperformed Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. So what is her secret to success? In this video, we're going to find out as I reveal Cathie Wood's top 4 genetic engineering or biotechnology stocks of 2020. These stocks make up a large portion of the ARK Invest Innovation ETF portfolio and offer the potential to give you guys 10x returns. But is this pure science or is there a lot of science fiction we should be worried about? Let's dive in.
Coming in, flex. I just wanna win.
Welcome back, guys, to Motivation to Invest. Before we get started, go ahead, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. That allows us to continue creating more great content like this for you guys. In addition, if you would like more investing tips and exclusive stock market picks, which I personally have invested into, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel. Be sure to turn the notification bell on, that way you'll get notified when I release future stock picks. With that being said, let's get into the video. According to Global Market Insights, the genetic engineering market is growing at a nearly 15% compounded annual growth rate. This is more than incredible, and the market is expected to grow to over $7.5 billion by 2024, from just $3 billion in 2017. Cathie Wood actually believes that this prediction is still too small. And to be honest, her logic is hard to argue with. Check out this exclusive interview clip.
I'm going to give you a really, I think, provocative way of explaining this. If I had told you or any investor in the late 90s that there were going to be 3 companies with the foundational patents behind CRISPR Cas9, which is the most advanced gene editing flavor, I'll say, these days. And I had told you these companies are going to cure diseases that have been the scourge of human existence, right? They're going to be able to cure pediatric blindness or cancer, as I mentioned before. My guess in the late 90s, when investors were chasing dreams and too much capital chased too few opportunities too soon, that those 3 companies would have accumulated in market cap to roughly $200 to $300 billion in market cap, right? They would have, because they'd get a royalty on every therapeutic that was going to be developed. And today we think the recurring revenue base in terms of the therapies just for single gene caused diseases, we think that's a recurring revenue base of $75 billion. They'd get 10% of that. Single genes are responsible for only 2% of all diseases. That's just the beginning. So the idea of $200 to $300 billion, certainly in the bubble, easy. Today, those 3 stocks in the market together can't even reach $5 billion in market cap. Now think about it. Apple is a $1 trillion market cap company, and it's changed our lives, and we love our Apple phones and AirPods and watches. But Apple is not curing cancer. It's not curing disease. These companies, we believe, will, but there's so much fear in the marketplace, and there are all kinds of reasons to avoid them. The cap is too small, or which is the kind of circular reasoning. The cap is too small, or they've just entered human trials. I'll wait to see what happens. Well, that'll be too late if these human trials are successful. One of the first one being pediatric blindness. A baby born blind, you correct that programming error, the baby can see. It works in mice, it works in non-human primates. If it works in human beings, think about what the reaction will be. Well, we'd prefer to be in the stocks before that reaction. And you know, one thing I'd like to emphasize, our analysts have domain expertise. Manisha Samy, one of our 2 genomics analysts, worked in Stanford University's biology research labs for 8 years. She experimented with CRISPR gene editing. She's now volunteering at Memorial Sloan Kettering with one of her Stanford professors, and she's still experimenting with different technologies like CRISPR and DNA sequencing, but more important, she's seeing the researchers' reactions to these new technologies, their excitement. So I really believe we have domain expertise here, and Manisha really believes this is going to work.
Cathie would make some valid points, and her passion to change the world is inspiring. However, we must be careful not to take her words as pure gospel, as at the end of the day, her job is to pump up her ARK Invest Innovation ETF fund. So let's dive into her top 4 biotechnology stocks to see if this genetic engineering is pure science or does it have a hint of science fiction. First of these innovative biotech companies is Envitecorp Therapeutics. These are probably most famous for their innovative CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing tool. This allows them to revolutionize medicine by providing permanent modification of disease-causing genes and mutations, such as those which cause cancer. As this is a new technology, the stock has been very volatile, with its share price losing over 50% during the past 5 years. One reason for this could be the increasing competition from other biotech genome editing companies, such as Editas and CRISPR, which already have started clinical trials, racing ahead of Envitecorp Therapeutics. Diving deeper into the numbers, it's clear to see that sales growth has been volatile, from 63% growth in 2016-2019, but it's now down to a measly 2% growth in 2020. Envitecorp Therapeutics is also not currently profitable, having lost nearly $100 million over the past year, which is nearly 3 times more than what they generated. To add insult to injury, their PE ratio is also sky high, making it expensive for a stock of this type. Coming at number 3 is Envitecorp. This is a leader in advanced medical genetics and the 3rd largest holding of ARK Innovations ETF. This company works on a more holistic solution for patients by bringing genetics into mainstream medicine. They don't just do testing, but provide the consultation for treatments and aftercare plans. Envite has fantastic growth potential. Diving into the numbers, we can see they achieved over 188% revenue growth in 2018 and nearly 50% growth in 2019 and predicted for 2020. However, of course, this hasn't gone unnoticed by Wall Street, so the valuation is sky high. Despite the company still not being profitable, investors still seem bullish on this stock in the hope they will turn a profit in the future. Coming number 2 is Crispr Therapeutics, another very popular biotech stock, known for its popular gene editing tool, CRISPR-Cas9. Crispr Therapeutics is one of the big players in this relatively young sector. Crispr Therapeutics is definitely a high-risk stock, but has plenty of growth potential in the future. If you are the type of investor that likes a high-risk, high-reward biotech stock, then you should definitely consider investing into Crispr Therapeutics. I will be researching the stock more in the future, so subscribe to keep updated on that. Coming at number 1 is Illumina, a market leader in genetic sequencing and my favourite biotechnology stock. What I like about this stock is they nearly have a monopoly on the market, and they actually provide the machines required for gene sequencing. As the old saying goes, when there's a gold rush, sell shovels. And this is definitely a play for selling the tools required for this massive growth industry of gene editing. The idea behind this type of business, as alluded to earlier, is that you can actually have your DNA mapped so you can see which diseases are most likely to kill you and thus have the dangerous genes removed from your body. This opens up a whole series of ethical questions, but the fact of eternal life is an appealing prospect for many. Illumina actually has a 15-year cancer sequencing deal with Roche, and the manufacturer will also work with Genomics England to sequence up to 300,000 people over the next 5 years. I do have a small position in Illumina and will be increasing my position should the share price fall again to a more reasonable valuation. So what are your thoughts on genetic engineering and biotechnology stocks? Will we one day be immune of all diseases? And will a new race of superhumans be created which can effectively live forever? Does this have the science to back it up, or is it pure science fiction? Comment your thoughts below. Also, if you found this video informative, please smash that like button. That really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.
Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, coming in, flex. I just wanna win,